everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Letty, this is Letty Sparkle. So as you can see, I've kind of already got my eyes done. I've kind of filmed a different video for the eye look, which will be probably up next. I'm going to post this video first. So I just thought I'd do like 50 random facts about me. I haven't quite got 50, but I'm sure as I start talking it'll probably be more than 50 in the end. So I thought it would be interesting to film it while I'm doing my makeup instead of me just being sat here going, first fact is this, second fact is that. So I thought I would try and do it this way instead, and hopefully you'll enjoy it and you think it's good. So I just thought it'd be a bit different from, yeah, just me being sat there talking about the same things. I have glitter all over my face. I don't know how. There's a glitter pan which I swatched and it's all over my fingers and everything, so I think that's why it's all over my face. So just ignore that. I just used the Lumine Glow Boost on my face. That's all set in. I'm just going to go. So yeah, Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. I really like this. And I've got my Real Technique sponge here already. So 50 facts about me. So my name Letty is actually short for Letitia. And I am named after, so there's already 2 facts. I am named after a Brazilian soap opera. So basically my mum used to watch the Brazilian soap opera, which had a Letitia. In Portuguese it's pronounced Leticia. It's not pronounced as harshly as English, which is why when I moved to England I came up with Letty. So another fact about me is that I was born in Madeira, which is a Portuguese island. So I'm Portuguese. I moved to England when I was 10 years old with my parents and my brothers. And yeah, so I've been here for almost it'll be 25 years this year in August that we moved to England. And yeah, so I am Portuguese. I do still speak fluent Portuguese with my parents. My parents still live in England. I talk to them every day, especially at the moment because we're in quarantine. So yeah, that's another fact about me. What else? Let me see my list. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, my brother since I moved to England. So I am one of 5 children. I am the eldest and I'm the only girl. I have 4 younger brothers, and there's quite big age gaps between me and all of them. So I'm the eldest and I'm 34. The one after me is Pedro and he is 30. He's just turned 30 in January this year. So there's quite a big age gap. There's like 4.5 years between us. The next one is Vasco and he moved here when he was just a baby. So he's just turned 25 years old. And then the next 2 were born in England. And so Dennis is 19, I want to say. Is he 19? Yeah, he's 20 this year, yeah. So he's 19. And is he 19 or is he 21 this year? He was born in 99, so no, he was 20 in November. God. Okay, so I was 15 when he was born. Terrifying. So yeah, so he's 20. He's 20 at the moment. He'll be 21 in November. And then the youngest of the family, the baby, is Jamie, and he's just turned 17. And yeah, so I was 18 when he was born. So yeah, he was only 6 when I had my first child, when I had Elsie. So yeah, he was an uncle at 6, which is mad. That's a few more interesting facts. I am, for anyone that's interested in like astrology and stuff, I was born in end of June, June 24th, and my star sign is Cancer, and I'm very much typical Cancer. I'm emotional and all those things, dramatic. Yes, my mum was birthday's the day after mine, so we have very close birthdays, and she's just like me. We're very, very alike. That's another interesting fact. I speak, as I've said, I've touched base on it already, but I speak Portuguese. That's my first language. I learnt English when I moved to England. I moved when I was 10 and I didn't speak a word of English at all. I could say hello, thank you, yes, no, probably about it. So I went to school not speaking English, and yeah, and now I'm pretty fluent in it. Most people are like, oh, I've never said that you're foreign. But yeah, so and I also do speak a little bit of Spanish, mainly just through watching Mexican soap operas. When I used to live with my parents, we had Portuguese TV, like Portuguese Sky sort of thing. So we used to get foreign channels, a couple of German channels, a couple of Spanish channels. So I used to watch Mexican soap operas because I used to really like them. So I picked up a bit of Spanish there. It's very similar to Portuguese. There are loads of words that are different, but if you speak Portuguese and they speak slowly enough, you can kind of understand both. So I do speak a little bit of Spanish, not fluently I'd say, but I could probably, if I went to Spain or Mexico, I could probably, well, I can get away with it because I have gone to Spain and stuff. So, but yes, that's another little fact. Onto married life. So I've been with my now husband for 16.5 years. We have been married for nearly 8. It'll be our wedding anniversary in May. Probably still in lockdown, unfortunately, but that is life at the moment. Sorry, my hair's really annoying. There you go. So yeah, so we met on a blind date, but it wasn't our blind date. We were kind of the extra people that were going along to in case they didn't like each other or in case he was a weirdo. So my friend met someone online who I actually knew through people, but so she met him online. She wanted to go on a date with him sort of thing, and she wanted me to go with her, so I went with her. Her and this guy never actually got together. Me and Darren got together through it. So so I met him when I was 18, so I was really young. We've been married for 8 years. We have 2 children, Elsie and Cody. Obviously Elsie you've met because she's on one of my videos. Cody you've met in a couple of my vlogs. So Elsie's 10 and Cody's 4. There's quite a big age gap because we had a few issues in between conceiving and everything, but all is good. I'm gonna have to take a breather because I'm talking really, really fast. Okay, so another interesting fact. I talk really fast, mainly because I stutter. My stutter over the years is amazing. As a child and a teenager, it was terrible, especially if I had to like read out loud at school or do a presentation or something. That's literally like my worst nightmare. But as I've got older, I've kind of learned how to deal with it. I've learned what words to say, what not to say. So I've kind of learned what I can and can't say, basically. And because I know that now, I know what words to avoid. But yes, as I've got older, I've just kind of, I don't even know how I kind of, I still stutter now. If I get anxious or if I'm nervous, I will still stutter, but just not as bad as I used to. And a lot of words now I always add like into a word, like in front of the word that I know I'm going to stutter on. So I'll be like, oh, like, whatever it is. And I just add like as if like it's normal. But yeah, so, but it's much better. I've got glitter everywhere, it's so annoying. So yes, another little fact about me, I kind of lost my way. Okay, so I am a fully qualified nail technician. I qualified in 2014 in acrylics. I was meant to do a lot of add-ons, but then I had Cody and there's just history really. So because I had Cody, I decided to not fully go into it because I still also work part-time in a call centre, and obviously having a mortgage to pay, a baby and stuff, that was kind of more important. But I am a qualified nail technician in that area, so when you see me and I've got my nails done, I do them myself. I'm also, I can't do this bit and talk, so hang on a minute. I'm using the Bare Minerals Contour palette in fair to medium, and I'm using shade 1. So it's like a really really good shade for contour. When it loads. So yeah, it's a really good shade for contour. So yes, I'm also a fully qualified aerobics instructor. When I left college, I did sports and recreation, and I went to work in hotels, but in gyms and in spas, and I qualified while I was working at the hotels in exercise to music. Became an instructor. I also did my aqua aerobics training, and I just used to teach 5 classes a week. To begin with, being a hotel gym, it wasn't that busy or that popular, so I kind of lost interest. And to be honest, because of my stutter, I used to get really nervous. So the more people that I had in the class, the more nervous I became. So it wasn't great for my like anxiety and stuff. And I don't even know why I did it. I just kind of almost fell into it. It was kind of like, I don't know. I went to college to become an air hostess, but because I was too short and I didn't really enjoy the tourism side of my course, I enjoyed the sports side of it more. I kind of went into the sports side of it, did another course in sports recreation, then went on from there. So I also used to work as a lifeguard. I was a qualified lifeguard for quite a few years, and I worked as a lifeguard at a local swimming pool while I was at college. So yeah, I've had many jobs. I've also worked, which was the best job ever, I used to work as a wedding coordinator, which I thoroughly enjoyed. The only reason I quit was because I got pregnant with Elsie, and I couldn't commit fully to being a wedding coordinator when you have a baby. You know, if I was going to be a wedding coordinator or wedding planner, I wanted to be the best that I could be, and I knew that if I had a child, that came first, as it should. So I decided to give that up, and I used to work in the call centre that I work now. I've been there 11 years, and they kind of gave me better hours because I had 2 jobs at the same time, just to buy a house. And the idea was that my call centre job was a temp job to save enough money to buy a house, but I got pregnant when I started working there. Yeah, literally 3 weeks in I got pregnant. And then going back on maternity leave from both the hotel and the call centre, the hotel I used to work at as an events coordinator, wedding coordinator, the hours were a lot better obviously in the call centre than they were in the hotel. I used to do sometimes 60-70 hour weeks at a hotel. I couldn't do that with a baby, so that's the reason I gave it up. But I did thoroughly enjoy it. It was an amazing job, and one job that maybe one day I'll go back to, who knows. I've just dropped all my eye brushes on the floor. I'll pick them up in a minute. So for blush, I'm going to use maybe this one. Actually, no, this one here. This is an Anastasia Beverly Hills blush trio. This is called Nectarine, Ginger and Miami. I'm going to go with Nectarine here, which is like the pinkish shade. I think it'll complement the eyes quite well. I don't even know what fact we're into. Call centre. I live in Bournemouth in England, which is in the south of Bournemouth, of England. Gotta say, stop saying them. I have a little obsession with Disney. Love Disney, so much so that I have a tattoo of Tinkerbell on my back. The same Tinkerbell that you sometimes see on my backdrop, I have that, but obviously in colour, on my lower back. I got it done when I was really young. I've got 5 other tattoos. I have my kids' names on my wrist in case you're interested. So I've got Elsie on here. I don't know if it's going to show because it's just focusing on my face. And then Cody. So, and then I've got some butterflies on my upper back. The Tinkerbell, I've got a little star, which is my first tattoo. And I have a cherry blossom tree on my foot. I love tattoos. I would get more. But my tattoos to me have to mean something. All of mine have a meaning because of certain things that have happened, or because to remind me of someone or something. So yeah, that's what I have got. So 6 tattoos. And I've also I've got 6 piercings, which really is, they're all on my ears. So I've got obviously my 2 holes, normal holes. Then I've got my, what's it called? Do you know what? I know this, and I can't, tragus, is that tragus? And then I've got that bit there, which again, I know, but I can't think what it is. Again, I would like more piercings on my ears, and I might get some in the summer. We shall see. Yes, another thing that I love is Diet Coke. Obsessed with it. Love it. I know it's not particularly good for you, but what is this day and age, you know? So I tried not to drink it as much anymore. I try to like limit myself to like one a day. Sometimes if I'm really thirsty, I have two. Especially being in quarantine at the moment, I have really tried to limit myself. I generally love food. I love all foods. Two foods that I do not like, that I hate, is mushrooms and raisins. Can't stand them. Don't understand it. Just no. I have tried them many times and I just don't like them. Other than that, I'm a pretty free-for-all. I'll eat anything and I'll try anything. And yeah, so I just love food. I wish I didn't half the time, because if I didn't, I'd be a size 6 like I was before I had Elsie, but hey ho. Yeah, so I think I'm up to fact like 25 or something. I'm not sure, I haven't been counting. Let's go to highlight. So highlight, I'm going to use the Lion King highlighting palette from Primark. This is an amazing palette, and this was only like a £5, I think. So this is the palette inside. So pretty. I'm going to go in probably with this shade here. Actually, I might go in, yeah, I'm going to go with the gold because my eyes are quite gold. And I'm going to use my new highlighting brush, which I'm sure is on the floor right now. Okay, so highlighting brush, and I'm going to go in with that golden one then, like I said. Yes, another fact about me. We have two cats. We have called Nala and Simba. Again, Disney inspired. Oh, it's so pretty, isn't it? Look at that. Stunning. A little bit on my nose. And then, so what else? Start, I've done that. So I love watching TV programmes. My favourite TV programmes are Friends. I love Friends. I'm a huge Friends fan. I'm a huge Buffy fan as well. Show you my stutter, so you know I'm not lying. I love Buffy. I love Buffy. Definitely what got me through my teens, I think, was Buffy. I also like Angel, not as much as Buffy though. Love Sex and the City, it's one of my favourite series again. Gavin and Stacey, another one of my favourite series. I like light stuff, and I love watching serial killer documentaries. Love them. My husband hates them, so I don't get to watch them at the moment because everyone's home, the kids are home all the time, Darren's home all the time. So at this moment in time, I can't actually watch any of that. But when we're back to normal, I carry on with watching what I was watching before. I suffer with quite a lot of back pain. I've had lower back pain for many years. I don't really know what started it. I can't really remember, it's been that long to be honest. And I also have recurrent sciatica, so I've had an episode which is for the last week, and unfortunately, which has been a bit annoying. It's not been as bad as normal, but it's still there, it still hurts, it's still frustrating. But yeah, that's that. I am 5 foot tall, so not very tall at all, or 5 foot short, shall I say. Don't mind being short, I quite enjoy it, apart from when you go shopping and you can't reach anything and you have to keep asking people help. That's a bit annoying. And even at home I have to have a stool and carry it around, and yeah, it's a bit of a pain, but it is, I can't change that. So I also wear contacts or glasses. You obviously have seen in my vlogs I wear glasses anyway, but I wear contacts, so I am not particularly that blind. I'm short-sighted, so I can see pretty well up close. It's just far away I can't really see properly. So that's an interesting fact. I come from a huge family. Obviously I'm one of 5 anyway. My dad was one of 20. Yep, that's right, 20. And my mum was one of 6. So we have a pretty huge family. I have at last count, I have 74 first cousins. If we're including second cousins, then we are way over. Like, I have cousins that are grandparents. So that's how many cousins I have and how many generations there are. So my cousin's child has now had a baby because she's an adult. Yeah, so I have a lot of cousins. Yes, so very funny story. But yes, my dad's one of 20. in Portugal back in those days, apparently there was no TVs. I don't know. But yeah. One of my favourite places in the world to go would be Disneyland. I've been to Paris 3 times. I'd love to go to Disney World, but I think the kids need to be older so they can appreciate it and remember, and then go on all the rides and not have to worry about, you know, what Cody's going to go on, what's Ceci going to go on. It would be a dream come true to go to Disneyland. That would be incredible. My favourite Disney movie is Little Mermaid, closely followed by The Lion King. Ariel was my favourite princess. She always has been for many years. I think it's mainly because I used to fancy Eric. His dark hair and the blue eyes just kind of got me. And but yes, that was my favourite Disney movie. Favourite flowers I've got here are white roses. My favourite colour is yellow. I love yellow. I've already done that. My favourite kind of music is R&B. I'm an R&B junkie. Old school hip hop. I love Latin as well. I love like dancing to Latin music. And I used to be quite. I never had dancing lessons as such. Did a few like salsa lessons here and there and things like that, but never joined a dance school or anything like that. But I love dancing. When I started going clubbing, I used to have dance-offs and stuff. I'm sure we all did, didn't we? And I was pretty good. I kind of, my friends used to call me the Shakira, because I could shake my ass like Shakira. So there's another little interesting fact about me. Something that I will never be doing on YouTube. My body is not what it used to be. And my back just kills if I try and do it now. So yes, that's my favourite kind of music. I really love, I enjoy making food and cooking and things like that. I'm not very experimental just because I worry that I'm going to get it wrong. I'm a bit of a worrier. I'm not anxious. Well, I am anxious, but I'm not, what's the word? I'm anxious to the point where I worry about things, but that will never stop me. Can't say what I'm saying. So I get anxious and I worry about stuff, but I never ever let it stop me from doing what I want to do. I think that's something that I've tried to overcome over the years, and I've never let my stutter hold me back or anything like that. If I had to do something like teach a lesson or get up in front of I get terrified and I sometimes stutter a lot. Even now, if I have to like go to a job interview or anything like that, which I haven't done in years, but when I do, I still get very anxious, very nervous, and I start stuttering. And yeah, that's one of the things. I haven't got anything else, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. Let me just put my lipstick on, because I can't talk and put my lipstick on at the same time. For lipstick, I'm using the MAC Wow, and on top of it, I'm going to go in with Becca. This is the collab called Cupid's Kiss, which is from the Khloe Kardashian and Malika collaboration they did. It's a really, really nice nudie shade. And it goes with MAC Well perfectly. So that's that one. And I love the packaging. It kind of is magnetic. Love that. Very satisfying. Just trying to think if there's anything else I can tell you. I think I have done everything that I had written down. To kind of get to know me a little bit better, some random facts that some of them I'm sure I've mentioned in other videos, some of them probably not. But yeah, so I thought I would just chip in. So I thought I would just film it while I was doing my makeup, just because I was going to be sat here doing makeup anyway, and I was going to film this afterwards, and I thought, no, I'll do it while I'm doing makeup. It's a bit more interesting than me just stood there going, oh, fact number 1 about me is, fact number 2 is. So yes, one other little thing before I go, I'm quite sarcastic. I don't mean to be, I just am naturally sarcastic. Vodka makes me really, really violent, to the point where I get really violent and threaten to kill people and stuff. So not that I ever have or ever will kill anyone. I probably will cut that out. So can't really drink vodka. My favourite drink, like alcoholic drink, if I'm going to drink, is Baileys. I'm currently obsessed with pink gin, which I love. It's really, really nice, with like lemonade. yummy. It's what I've been enjoying over the last couple of weeks during quarantine. I'm not a big drinker at all actually. I drink probably once every few months, but since I've been in quarantine there's not a lot else to do, so every few nights we have like a glass of gin with a bit of lemonade, so I'm not an alcoholic or anything. I didn't talk about makeup. I love makeup, obviously, which is why you're all here. The reason I got into makeup was after my wedding day. So before my wedding, I always used to wear like a little bit of mascara, a bit of eyeshadow, lipstick. I had never bought foundation until I bought foundation for my wedding. And I literally didn't know anything about makeup, that I went out and got some foundation because I assumed my makeup artist wouldn't have my shade. Because I thought, well, I'm not obviously pale, she might only have pale shades, so I'm going to go and get one for my skin tone. So my wedding trial makeup was the first time I ever wore foundation, and I just loved it. I literally fell in love with how amazing my skin looked. Bearing in mind when I got married, Elsie was 2, so we'd have like a toddler, so it was hard work. I was always tired, I always looked, you know, not the greatest. Yeah, I never looked the greatest, so I loved how I looked and how it made me feel, especially on my wedding day as well. So as I had bought the foundation, I bought the Benefit Stick Foundation in Jump Rope. I've always remembered that name. I don't think they do it anymore actually, the foundation. I'm not sure if they do. But it was a really, really good foundation. And I started using it on a regular basis, and then the same year I got married in 2012, in October time, I really had my back. My back had like a spasm, and I was in bed like for like 3 weeks. It was horrible. And because I couldn't do a lot, I just used to go on YouTube and watch makeup videos, and that's kind of how my passion for makeup started. I started buying little bits here and there and watching tutorials, and that's how it kind of began, and that's why I'm here today. The reason why I started my YouTube channel was because when I had Cody, he was 5 months old. It was just after Christmas. One of my uncles passed away in Madeira from cancer. He was 54, and he was an amazing person. And so before he passed away, I booked flights for my mum and dad to go and see him. So they left on New Year's Eve morning, and me and my brother were going to join them on the 4th of Jan. I don't know why I remember dates, but I just do. And because we knew he wasn't going to live very long, we wanted to go and say our goodbyes and stuff. And I'm very close with my cousin, who's his daughter. He was married to my auntie, who's my mum's sister, but he was always in my childhood, he was one of the best people around. So when I went to Madeira, he'd already passed away. He passed away New Year's Eve morning. And when I got to Madeira and I saw my cousin, and I went on my own, I left Darren with the kids at home. We couldn't all afford to go. And I was just going to go for 3 days. I went for 3 days. And we missed the funeral. The funeral in Madeira is really, really quick, but because we went, I spent some time with my cousin, obviously, to be there for her and everything. She was really young when she lost him, obviously. He was only in his, you know, mid-50s. He was so young. So she was she's 3 years younger than me. So this was 5 years ago, because Cody will be 5 soon. So 5 years ago. So she was in her late 20s, so really, really young, too young to lose a father. Anyway, I'm babbling on. But the reason I started is because I said to her, I've been thinking about, you know, starting a blog and starting a YouTube channel. And she was like, just do it. She said, just do it. You know, you're really good at makeup, because I've been posting like my makeup looks on Instagram and stuff. Just do it, because life's too short. And that was it, really. And I kind of thought, you know what? It's true. And yeah, that's what I did. I just came home, I started filming on my iPhone. I've only had a camera since my birthday last year, so June last year. And I used to have a GoPro camera, which I used to use, and then it broke, so then I went back to film on my iPhone, which is why I got the iPhone 10, so I could film on. But yeah, so I only started really and then when we moved to this house, my dad, because I work from home, so I work in a call centre, but I actually work from home, I don't work in an office. So I needed a space to have my office in. And obviously the dream is to have a little makeup room and a beauty room. So I'm very lucky my dad's a builder. So when we moved into this house in November 2018, so he converted the garage and split into 2 rooms. This is my room. There's a room behind this wall here, and that's like the man's cave. Although we don't really use it for that at the moment. It's just kind of a spare room. We've got a sofa bed in there, TV, the Wii, PlayStation, so it's like a games room. And so yeah, so we kind of do that. And then what we're going to do is that will be still a spare bedroom. And yeah, so my dad, sorry, I was getting off topic. So my dad converted this room into my beauty room, and yeah, that's why I'm so lucky to have this space that I can come and film, and I can work, and I can, you know, although I'm still by the house is just there obviously, yeah, I can still film from my little beauty room, and I'm so lucky, and I count my blessings every day that I've got this room and this space that I can have all this, because, you know, this has taken me years. You know, we got married, it'll be 8 years in May, so this is kind of a collection that's been growing and growing for the last 7.5 years or so. So yes, so I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about me. Let me know an interesting fact about you that I wouldn't have known about from watching your videos. So please subscribe if you haven't already, and give us this video a big thumbs up. It really means the world to me, and I'll see you in my next one. Thank you, bye bye.